Hello everybody, today is Friday, November 18th, 2022. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news this week, and it is an action-packed week. Would you call it action? I don't know about action, but the first game we have to talk about is technically an action game. Check out this wild and seemingly ambitious new open-world action-adventure game that is kind of giving off Sekiro, Ghost of Tsushima vibes. I've seen more people in comments say Sekiro, definitely because of the combat and the clash of swords and stuff you see here. It's pretty wild. This is by a Chinese developer. This trailer was published on PlayStation's YouTube channel, and it does look pretty wild. As of right now, it only has a code name. It's called Project the Perciever, but from what we see here, this does look pretty tight, especially because it is releasing amongst a bunch of other games for probably the last 6 to 8 months that have been announced with a similar setting or style. This one being a little bit more Sekiro-like in gameplay style could be potentially very nice. Granted, that is kind of a base level assessment from a flashy gameplay trailer, not the actual raw gameplay in our hands or anything like that. But however this turns out to play, it is looking pretty promising. Now, moving on to some other news to get a little more real, a little more realistic, a little bit of a bummer. Volition is no more. Yes, the game development studio. You didn't know that? Did I just lay that on you? Yeah, sorry, man. Oh, I know. The people behind Summoner, Red Faction, multiple awesome Red Faction games, and then Saints Row, of course. The THQ Punisher game. They made the Punisher game. Hello! Yeah. They are now being absorbed into Gearbox, both of which are owned by Embracer Group. And Embracer Group made this announcement just the other day. Seemingly, this is because of the, not the best performing newest Saints Row game. So it's a bummer. The Saints Row would ultimately be seemingly their undoing. Granted, the fact that they're getting absorbed into Gearbox is nice to at least know that they still got some jobs, but Volition itself in the video game history books, which is like the part I care about, that chapter is now shut. So I thank them for a lot of memories, playing a lot of weird games back in the day. From all the way back in the day with the Descent games to the Red Faction games I loved dearly, even Red Faction 2, and then eventually Red Faction Guerrilla and stuff like that, to Saints Row and the ups and downs that series has had. But unfortunately, last two games, the newest Saints Row and of course Agents of Mayhem, didn't quite hit it for people, so that's where we're at. But still, again, can't reiterate how grateful I am for some of those games across many freaking years. I'm sorry, more bad news, I'm just gonna keep going. Oh, I mean, this isn't the worst news. This is actually completely surprising news. The new Dead Island, the recently, kind of re-announced Dead Island 2 is delayed. Which, I mean, the game was announced, what? 2014, 2015, it went dark forever, so another delay? Yeah, sure, why not? This was originally slated for February of this year, and now it's been pushed to April 28th, 2023. Not that big of a deal, but still, I thought it was just kind of funny given the history of this game. Are we ever actually going to see this one? Hopefully that final February date is the real thing. In some other news, something I'm actually pretty excited about personally because I lost my Witcher 3 save on PC. So the console versions are now finally getting that long-awaited next-gen console update. It's coming December 14th, and we know it's coming with performance upgrades, visual upgrades, load time improvements, apparently some ray tracing support, and also some possible built-in mod support. That's just from their press release, but we're going to know more because next week CD Projekt Red is going to do a little bit of like an announcement stream to show it off. If for some reason none of the holiday season games or any of the recent games are striking your fancy, there's another reason to replay The Witcher 3, I guess, now. One of my favorite games ever. So, but I'm a basic boy, of course. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, next up, as you know, all the news stories I talk about will all be linked in the description down below. But now I got some videos and stuff for you to check out. The first is a launch trailer for Warzone 2.0 for Call of Duty. It's here. Hope you're having fun. Go nuts if you're into that stuff. Hey, next up, this episode's brought to you by our longtime sponsor, Vessi. Now, if you're new here, these are our go-to dependable sneakers and we've been recommending for a long time. It's the thing you guys have responded to the most by a mile because they're just damn good and dependable, whether you're at work, you're chilling, you're outside, whatever. They've got you covered with a bunch of different sizes and styles. I'm rocking these right now. They're a little dirty because I wear them a lot, but they're stretchy, they're comfy, they're lightweight, they're sustainably made, they're vegan, and they're 100% waterproof, which is the coolest part. The dual climate knit material means your feet stay dry and they feel cool in the summer and warm in the winter because it's that good of a material. It's been raining here a ton still, so they've come in clutch, but I'm looking forward to it snowing soon so we can get some videos of me just like sloshing around in the snow. They're great for all different types of messes and climates, and they're even rolling out cooler products like most recently gloves. If you're looking for reliability and convenience, Vessi is the thing, man. And believe it or not, they are giving away a pair of socks of your choice to the first 100 people who purchase Vessis using the code SOCKSGameranx. So definitely click that link, check it out. And if you miss a chance of getting a pair of free socks, don't worry, their Black Friday sale is going on as well. So make sure you head to Vessi.com/gameranx to check out all this stuff. And big thanks to Vessi for sponsoring our videos. Also, we've got the launch trailer for the Callisto Protocol, which is actually coming right in the beginning of December. Very much looking forward to that. Like I've been saying with this, like I've been sold on this game, so I'm skipping these trailers. I don't need to see any more. It's just a regular old traditional third-person action horror game, so I'm in. But if you want to check out this trailer, I've seen some stills from it. It looks pretty wild. That will be linked down below. Also, Somerville dropped this week. This is behind the co-creator of some cool games like Limbo, Inside, stuff like that. This is the newest joint. Now, we didn't do a video on this at gameranx, so I'm going to link another reviewer's video down in the description. This is by I Dream of Indie Games, the YouTube channel. If you want to check that out, that is linked below. I'm going to try and play that game at some point this year. Also, just when you thought he was dead, he's back, baby. The I Am Jesus Christ game has reemerged. We talked about this game back in the day when it was first announced to some controversy or whatever. I don't even remember what the deal was with it, but we've got another trailer, and once again, it still just kind of looks like a very small-scale game by an independent developer that takes some pretty interesting gameplay perspectives with the abilities of Jesus. I don't know, man. It's something worth talking about, at least. It's curious, so if you want to check that out, that's down there. But speaking of Bible games, Pentiment is also out this week. This is that 2D story narrative RPG thing from Obsidian. That's on Xbox and PC, and I really liked it. I put out a video on my channel. If you like stuff like Oxenfree or Night in the Woods, those types of story games, this is pretty cool, especially if you're a fan of like art history and stuff. It's a good, educational, but cool story. But it's a busy week. If you're on PC, Miles Morales is now out on PC, so you can play that. It's an absolutely awesome game where they really top themselves with New York City from Spider-Man PS4. It's even better this time around, because what's better than New York City and Christmas and snow? I don't know. But also out now, some of you might be playing it as we speak. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has dropped. We haven't done a video on that. I am not doing the before you buy for this. I needed a year off of Pokemon games, believe me. So Eric and Falcon are going to be taking that on, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And in other news, oh man, the co-creator of Sonic the Hedgehog, Yuji Naka, has been arrested. Why am I laughing? Why am I smiling? It's not good. It's just a wild story that you never would have expected to see. So apparently this developer was arrested because of insider trading stuff with Square Enix around a particular mobile game, a Dragon Quest mobile game, and that's all we really know right now. Many people will joke that Yuji Naka also worked on Balan Wonderland or Wonderworld. What was that game called? And that's why he's on charges, but it's for something much more serious than that. So that's where that's at. We don't usually talk about stories like this, but it's pretty interesting. And I mean, it's like with a heavyweight person in video game development history, so yikes. Also, believe it or not, time and the passage of years, they never stop. And it's actually the 20th anniversary of Splinter Cell. '20th anniversary of Splinter Cell. 20 years. I remember pre-ordering the first game and being like, hell yeah.
I remember you getting the first game and being like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Splinter Cell, Ubisoft did this whole thing, blah, 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 blah. But they also did a little update specifically on that Splinter Cell remake. As you guys know, we've talked about this in the past, they have announced that they are remaking the original game from the ground up. And what we got here are some concept art images. Some of them look very familiar if you're pretty, caught up and well-versed in the first game. Some of it looks a little different. It's very cool to see, but it's just concept art. And Ubisoft even said that the development on this game is very, very early. They're really still in the ideas phase. When they first announced it, I talked about this. The announcement was more of a thing like they started staffing up. They started hiring people. So I wouldn't expect to see this for a while, but at the very least, they did say that it is going to be a remake of the first game, but incorporating gameplay elements from the other games. So I will absolutely. I didn't need a remake of the first game, so to speak. But if you give me a remake of the first game and it plays like, I don't know, Chaos Theory or something like that, hell yeah, let's go. Because in that first game, he was a chunky boy. Let's just say that. Also, in some wild news, just kind of anecdotal news, there was apparently almost a Grand Theft Auto movie back in the day. So shout out to Video Games Chronicle for picking this up. A Hollywood producer went on a podcast and told a story about how he once had a long meeting with Sam Houser about a Grand Theft Auto movie, right off hot off the heels of the success of Grand Theft Auto 3, and in a very short period of time, a deal was apparently hustled up to get Eminem involved as the star and to be directed by Tony Scott, which is pretty crazy, but also sounds very right for the time period. Apparently, once that got back to Sam Houser, he said, no thank you. Wild thing, again, just a small anecdotal story, but it shows one of the many things that could have been. The amount of things that we don't even know about that go on behind closed doors in terms of game sequels or possibilities or anything. It's crazy. The sky's the limit. So I want to leave you with that. If there was a Grand Theft Auto movie, would you want Eminem to star in it? Who would you want to direct it? Who would you want to be in a Grand Theft Auto movie? Would Rockstar even ever go for anything like that now? Let's talk about that. But let's also talk about all the news stories from this week. Like, of course, this chair is going to break soon. Did you hear that? Oh my God. What do you think about Yuji Naka getting arrested? Do you think he's going to walk off scot-free after a trial? What do you think about that game we talked about at the start with the cool graphics, the Chinese developed action game? And last but certainly not least, what is your favorite Volition game? Have you been playing their games as long as me? Maybe even longer than me, before they were even Volition. Let's talk about their games and anything really down in the comments. I definitely want to hear from you guys. There's always a pinned comment as well, and in that thread, please drop what you are playing this weekend for our research, whether it's something simple like, you're hopping into Warzone or an old game, or you just bought Pokemon. We love to know what you're playing to kind of, tailor our next videos, so hit us up. But thank you guys for being here. We're here to catch you up on the news every single Friday. I've been doing it for, how many years have we been doing this? And we're not stopping. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Clicking the like button does legit help us. But that's it, guys. I'm Jake Baldino. You can find me on Instagram at Jake Baldino. My other YouTube channel, Jake Baldino. Thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Pizza's on me.